It may start out as a settled, quiet feeling you get in your stomach, but the more you get in tune with yourself, the more you can come to depend on your intuition to lead the way.
And we just got a great story from Christy about how Bob Ross was in her apartment recently. It was shocking.
I wish he would have visited me.
Of intuition with Jody Harvilla.
If your lights start blinking today,
that's
it probably
kind of what it was,
him.
right? Yeah.
Well, you know, it's kind of a great point that you even bring this up, that I just happened to be here talking about it. It's kind of fun because when you start talking about your loved ones that have passed on or crossed over, things like the lights going on and off, or a song playing, or your TV going on and off, like they are attracted to that energy because we're joyful, because we're talking about them. So it wouldn't surprise me a bit if you guys got some kind of validation that he was around today when you guys were talking about him.
Bob Ross is going to come to the studio.
He's going to come and he's going to say hello and he's going to give you a sign.
Paint us a picture over here, please, Bob.
Yeah, but that's really kind of how it works when you want to try to get in touch with those people that have crossed over. Think about them. Remember all the fun. Try to stay away from the painful pieces, of course. I mean, you do go there sometimes, but think about the joy piece, because that's what helps them bring their energy to us.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. So that's a perfect lead in.
Well, let's talk about that intuition. So what's a key part for people to kind of get to know themselves a little bit more and listen to that voice internally?
Well, I have a project going on. It's a course that I just started, and it just started, so people can still join it. It's called the ABCs of Intuition. And I first created a card deck for it, and then I wrote a book about it, and now I'm doing a live class about it because a lot of people wanted to kind of walk that path with me. And a lot of the cards are different steps that I've taken all along the way, building up my own intuition. Like A is for angels. That was one of the first places, like learning about angels and what that means and what's the difference between a guardian angel and an archangel and all of those pieces. It was just interesting to me. And then I was pulled into the B, which is all about believe. Like, believe the signs. Like, oh, my light was flashing. You think that's a loved one? Well, yeah, I kind of think it is, but I don't know. So learning how to believe in the signs or the feelings or the senses or the words or the visions that you are getting. And then C is all about like colors. When you wear certain colors, what that means and things like that. So every single letter of the alphabet goes into like a different like a different tool or a different step that you can take on how to build up your own intuition. So it's 26 days long. It's online, so everyone can join if they want to. It is a course, so there's a small fee for it, but it's videos, and I go on live Facebook, which is always fun. We're in a private group, so it's a really fun community of people that they all get to interact with each other, which I think is where a lot of the learning comes, because it's like, oh, you think that too? Oh, I know, that happened to me. So people really get to play off of each other.
So what would be an example for Christy with this light bulb flickering that, like, I mean, sincerely,
in case anyone's wondering, I had a light bulb flickering in my closet the other day, last week.
She thought it was Bob Ross.
I thought it was someone, and I was playing around in my apartment, and it has not flickered since that night.
Because you did say you were a little freaked out.
I got a little scared after a while.
And told it to kind of
like,
stop.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, a lot of times those flickers are just loved ones coming and saying, hey, I am here with you. Hey, we're still around, or you're supported.
But a lot of people are going to go, come on, that's crazy.
Sure,
so my point to you is,
are.
how does she then go and use her intuition to sort of get confirmation around, okay, that really was that, or no, I was just...
I would ask for validation.
Crazy, Larson?
Yeah, I'm crazy. Most people think we're crazy. That's okay. We have much more fun, though. I would actually ask for validation. I would say, okay, if this is a loved one and I'm not really sure who it is, because you weren't quite sure who it was, I would say I need some bigger signs or something more big and obnoxious. I always ask for big, obnoxious signs that my spirit's with me, or that I have a loved one with me, and then I'll hear their name randomly, or I'll read a book that reminds me of them, or I'll hear a story that it's like, okay, that's really weird, like that's such a coincidence. So I would ask for more validation.
More validation.
Yep, just play with it more, because spirit loves to play.
Sign.
Yep.
You get nervous when you're home alone, though.
It is, but you know, then your distractions aren't there. Like that's when it happens a lot, like at night or when you're alone. It's because there's no other distractions, so you actually pay attention. So if you can stay out of the fear and go into the excitement of it.
Do you have any idea who you think it was?
No,
like
I don't.
No.
I don't.
I keep getting grandma energy, so I don't know who it belongs to, but it feels like a grandma energy.
Is that a confirmation for her?
Yeah, because it feels like a grandma energy to me. So
it's Bob Ross energy. Here he is.
You'll find paintbrushes now all over the place today.
Okay, we have to take a quick break, but we'll come back and talk about intuition when we come back.